Yo boys, welcome back to a brand new league racing video today in Velocity Racing Championship Division 3. And we're jumping right into a race. We went for the hard medium strat. It's pretty good around here. I had a pretty poor qualifying. Invalidated my first two laps. Second run was okay, and my third run I couldn't complete. But yeah, we have to make up for it. 5 replies now, and away we go. A poor start, very poor start. We're losing 2 positions at the start. We're on medium or on hard, so we have less grip. AI to my right, so that's no problem. Now going into the first and second corner, there spins somebody and there spins another one, and we go around the outside of the car that overtook us at the start, but we're on hards, so we have less grip around that corner, and he goes down our inside. He gives us not that much space, and we run a little bit wide, get overtaken by 2 cars now, and I lock up here. Car didn't feel stable, so yeah, that's quite an issue, but we're quite struggling at this point. We have our tires as well. Now trying to keep the gap minimum to stay within the DRS when it enables, and yeah, hoping at this point for a safe car, maybe bit between our stints, because we're not getting the pace at this moment. We're locking up every single corner, we're not making the apex, and it's not looking good. We're already a second down to the car ahead, because where you can't push that hard as I can in practice. I gained some time, but there the car just lost it. I went on the power and the car just spun on its own. Couldn't do anything to control it. We're now down to P16, and it's not a good start to our race. No grip now in pretty much, and now jumping right to lap 5 here. Car in front of me spins. We got up to the Mercedes, and the car in front of us spins, comes out right in front of us, and that's a bit annoying. He's on mediums, so maybe we can tuck behind him and follow him around. He's missing his apex as well, and you see I'm still struggling on those hard tires. Car didn't feel good, and there was another car on the inside which spun, and that gives us an opportunity here to gain another position here in the slipstream. So powerful, the DRS, and we're going on the inside of Mercedes and gain a place and try and follow the Aston Martin. And the Aston Martin was so fast on those medium tires, and I was trying to follow him along now to the next couple of laps. He was so fast, and the tire deck on those mediums was so low, and I didn't know that at the time. I thought the mediums will drop off quite fast around here, because there's pretty high speed corners and pretty high tire wear. I thought so, because my hard tires were pretty high tire deck, but I think the mediums were around the same, and so much faster and so much longer. So the right strat here was to go for the mediums as soon as possible, I think so. To end the race on them. There spins a car on the inside, and he loses positions to us, and we're now up to P9 again. Only one move done, and the rest is all spins or crashes or just ghosts we overtook. So that's pretty boring race up until this point. But maybe we can try and figure something out now. Jumping on to lap 9, I think the car ahead of me spun, and I was trying to get back into the DRS of the car ahead of me, which is quite hard when you have no grip and no car control. But I was trying so hard, and now 1.6 is the gap up ahead. I wasn't using that much ERS because I wanted to save later. ERS is pretty hard, but there, out comes the virtual safety car. Now I had to change the setting because I hadn't had my delta on. And there is Strelka, the Red Bull, DNF and out of this race. Pretty unfortunate for him. I think he collided with another car. Pretty unfortunate for him, but it is how it is. Maybe sometimes that's league racing, but it is how it is. And we're gaining a position again, so that's good for us. And at this point, I still didn't know that mediums can make it to the end, because it's now it was lap 11, and all of the cars ahead of me boxed for new mediums, all of the hard runners, and I was I thought it was a bit tricky to go for mediums, but it wasn't actually. They can make it to the end from lap 11 on, but now safety car in this lap, in lap end of lap 13. There goes the leader, and I just was trying to follow these guys along to drag me out of maybe the DRS from the cars behind and maybe create a large enough gap to remain this position. And I was hoping a bit for a safety car, but because at this point, because I didn't box, there was nothing to win anymore. The right option, looking back, was boxing for mediums, because they can actually make it. But yeah, I just tried and follow these guys along for like as long as possible. There you see the Alpine and the McLaren fighting up ahead. Evolks, the guy ahead, has a 3-second penalty, so that's good for us. Maybe at the end of the race we can gain another position by that. But I think the McLaren also still needs to box, because he had damage at the beginning and he boxed for new hards. Now jumping on to lap 17, nothing happened except the guys ahead switched positions, but Matt was struggling here a lot. The Alpine started to pull away and I cannot overtake here. There I touch him a bit on the back, because he was going so slow. He had 0 grip and I needed to go for the move, because there was already a 1.6 gap, second gap between the guys up front. So he goes defensive, I go around the outside, easy move done. Around the outside he contests a bit on the entry, but I am passed before the beginning of turn 2. And the Ferrari got past as well on that exit, and that's just beautiful. Now jumping onto lap 18, I was struggling quite hard. I couldn't hit my apex, tire wear was high, and I had a poor exit around that corner. Now 3/10 Ferrari behind, and at this point I didn't want to fight the Ferrari. He clearly had more pace, and I just wanted to follow him around. Maybe could have gone faster. And maybe dragged me towards the guys in front, which would be beautiful. But here you can see he's flashing, so he's low ERS mode, but I can't overtake him. I just don't have the pace for that. And jumping onto lap 22, nothing happened. The gap just up front only got larger and not smaller, and the guy behind me started to gain again. I couldn't hit my apex, and this is the point where my DRS breaks, or he gets out of the DRS, and I was boxing now because I didn't have DRS, so there was no point in staying out another lap. Now for 11 laps on the mediums, it's so easy. I saw at the end as well, 11 laps was so easy to do. Maybe it's looking back a bit, but should have done that better at the time. Thing to take for us, but now we come out in P8. It's a good position at this point. I thought, yeah, maximum P7, because he is 6.5 ahead on hard tires and I'm on new medium, so it would be possible to gain on him, but Matt comes out directly behind us, and he's on those fresh mediums, and he has more tire wear. in his tires, so I needed to defend a bit, but here my tires were pretty good up to temperature. So I was gaining again on exits and started to pull away from him. Now jumping on to lap 26. Here we caught up to the Haas in front. A 14 seconds gap between the Haas and the Alpine up ahead in P6. Yeah, it wasn't a very special race. It was pretty boring, but yeah, the house boxes here, and he was in my DRS, so I get DRS here down the straight, which is beautiful. And at this point, I was trying to get the fastest lap for another point. I was on those fresh mediums, didn't have to pace all race long, but maybe on those mediums I can get the fastest lap. So I let you guys see my fastest lap.
Okay, gap ahead is 13.2 seconds.
Now down the straight we go, almost used all of our ERS and we got the fastest lap at 119.8. Isn't that fast, but I thought at this time it was enough for the fastest lap. Now a yellow flag into the last lap of the race in turn 2, and there the McLaren spun and we're up to P6 now. This is crucial for our championship, because we didn't lose that much. And now jumping to the end of lap 33, after 33, going into the final corners, got a 3-second penalty, but it didn't matter at the time. 10 seconds behind and we're finishing P6. Not a race to be proud of. Could have done a lot better, didn't set a pace or race long. Car wasn't feeling great, but yeah, looking forward to the next race is Brazil. Division 3, so looking forward to it. Bye.